we discover trends and uncover hacks to online shopping. You are watching DXB today.
Good evening and welcome to DXB Today. Today is all about the realm of e-commerce. Dubai is a booming metropolis and a hub for so many thriving businesses, so it's no surprise that e-commerce is absolutely flourishing.
Indeed, and that's why tonight we delve into the world of online shopping, shedding a bit of light on the unique experiences and some of the consumer behaviours that have catapulted Dubai to the very forefront of e-commerce.
I am listening. From the majestic malls to the variety of online platforms available, Dubai offers an unparalleled shopping experience for shopaholics, including myself. So what is your first online shopping experience, would you say, Tom?
I'm yet to have one now. But I'm sure
No. I mean, I know you're old school, but come on. Not even Amazon?
I live in a very busy household.
Yeah.
And let's just say that, when the socks get holes in them, they get replaced by now and again. But I'm not quite sure how they get to the house. Bit of e-commerce, I'm sure.
What about you, Dua?
I only shop online.
Yeah.
I have no time to go to malls. I will avoid a mall like the plague if I have to. So for me, it's all the Amazons, the Nemshis, the Unases. So I'm definitely a consumer.
I have been online.
Do we need to ask?
Yeah, please.
Do we need to ask?
Tom.
Yeah.
Go for it,
I
Tom.
mean,
In fact, shall we just go and get a cup of coffee and leave her to it, shall
I
we?
have a whole monologue prepared, okay? You guys should know this. I started shopping since 2009. And at the time, in my immediate friend circle in Dubai, I was the only person who online shopped that I personally knew of at the time. And the first ever thing I purchased online was this hair bump it thing that is supposed to give you volume. You wear it under your hair. I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, it was 2009. It was the Juicy Couture era with the nude lipstick and Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse and Canon cameras in your purse. And I've literally never used that hair accessory since purchasing it. So that was the beginning of it all.
That's where it all started.
That is where it all started.
that's what created the monster.
We're looking at it. We are going to look at it in all its different guises, and you're right in saying that I am a little old school. I'm thinking because I'm one of those persons. But look, I've got wife and two daughters. It's the male-female thing, isn't it? It's.
Right.
I've got wife and two daughters, so there's constant bags coming to the front door, whereas myself and my son very rarely, unless it's food.
Just food, just take away.
So I think there is an old school argument that you make there a bit as well. But if there's something I need, I know the shop I go to and where to get it.
When you need food, do you still call the restaurant and place an order, or do you use one of the apps like Talabat or Deliveroo or something?
Yeah, I can't call it
question,
perhaps.
Ash.
I need to go to the restaurant. Don't
What? Okay, I give up. And that's all, folks.
Right, thankfully it's not just us on this one today. Of course, we've got our guest co-host, who is the driving force behind what is currently a cutting-edge company that's changing the way that brands connect with their online customers. Time now to reveal to you who today's guest co-host is.
Hi everyone, my name is Thea Mirvold and I'm the proud founder and CEO at GetB. Today we'll all be talking about retail technology, e-commerce and much more. See you soon.
Going to chat a little later with Thea about how GetB brings the human touch to the online sales process, something she thinks all e-commerce sites must consider. Now, while some of us enjoy life from the comfort of a screen, others like to be present and experience things in the flesh. Check out our very own Ahmed as the new indoor play area right here in Dubai. It's the Dubai Parks and Resorts.
If you're trying to escape heat this summer, there's a new place that just opened up, Neon Galaxy, here at Dubai Parks and Resorts. There's everything from neon lights, slides, and swings. Let's check it out. That's a full body workout, which reminds me, I need to go back to the gym. This place is huge. I'm having a lot of fun, so your kids are going to have a lot of fun too. Let's go. The floor is lava. Be careful. They have this. A wobbling bridge. And this, and this, and this. I'm in a spaceship. By the way, did I mention that this is a multi-level adventure park? What an adventure. If you're ever in Dubai Parks and Resorts, make sure to come and check out Neon Galaxy because it's the place to be.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely hilarious. I love watching Ahmed get out of his comfort zone. I think it's one of my favorite things. But now, joining us back in the studio is one of the top 10 influencers in tech in the Middle East, founder and CEO of GetBee, Thea Mirvold. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Thanks, Thea. So tell us about how you started your journey and how GetBee, how it began.
So technically, this is my third tech venture, so very exciting to see how technology is evolving, especially here in the region. But I saw a massive opportunity when it came to online shopping. 20% of e-commerce today, or retail, is on e-commerce today. So taking the fundamentals of, what works offline, how can you translate that into an online experience? And that human touch, that personalization was definitely missing. That's something that I saw during COVID. We were all stuck at home. So how can you take that in-store experience into a digital buying journey? That was the question that we were solving.
And how do you do that?
So we enable any brand or business via live video to actually talk to a store or people at a brand. They can show you different products, recommend different products for you, and you can actually pay via live video. There's this big trend of live stream shopping coming from China and the East, actually, and we're adapting that for the West. So seeing how you can take that into more of a one-to-one experience. So think about the last time you were curious when you were buying something, you wanted to ask somebody a question. Yeah. Those chatbots are quite frustrating, but talking to a real person makes a big difference.
See, I'm sold. But you don't need to sell to me. There's a little bit more convincing that has to go on over there. Ash, you sold yet?
I'm fascinated by this because I've been online shopping for so many years. I've almost become kind of sort of an expert of some sorts on it. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoy online shopping. I love the convenience aspect of it. So with these advisors, these are actual representatives from companies that you can speak to. So do you need to book an appointment with them prior? How does it work?
Exactly. So any brand or business, today we work with brands like Lacoste, Swarovski, you can actually instantly call and you can actually talk to someone live straight away. And if no one's available, you can actually book a virtual appointment too.
But does that sort of take the fun away from online shopping? Because I think one of the most beautiful things about online shopping is that it's available at any hour. I can literally whip out my phone and go on any website and purchase it. If I have to book an appointment with somebody, it does seem like a bit of but still easier. Sorry, I'm spoiled. First world problems. But, how do you think people will take this?
Depends on the brand and the service. Some of it's more of a VIP concierge type experience. And others have instant online calls. So it depends on the brand and how they position the service. But of course, convenience is key. So instead of going to the mall, you can actually see the products live at the comfort of your home. Think about electronics, furniture, luxury. This works in many different segments.
But playing devil's advocate here, because I agree with you, and I am, guilty of whipping out my credit card in the middle of the night when I can't sleep. But this is also coming from a person that has 9 Amazon returns waiting to go back, right? Which could have been avoided in time and money if I had someone to speak to and kind of ask a little bit more about these products. So do you feel like customers are really valuing this way of shopping? Do you think it does save them time and money?
Absolutely. We're seeing increased returns as well. But also the average purchase goes up because you actually get live recommendations. So if you're buying this dress, for example, we recommend these earrings. So there's lots of recommendations, live recommendations as well, but we're seeing lower returns.
Yeah, I think I'm jumping on Tom's bandwagon. I'm sold.
No, we were talking about it just the other day. There's another trend doing the rounds at the moment. Boris, I think it is. Buy online, return in store or something like that. Yeah. Because a lot of the e-commerce sites are having a problem with returns at the moment. To a point now they're actually contacting customers and going, can we help you in any way? Which I suppose is a bit of a difficult conversation to have. But I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong here on this one, that this is to do with this, efficiency is key, but being efficient and being seamless
Yes.
But one and the same thing, but at the same time different as well.
Absolutely. And customers are living and buying everywhere today. So having that seamlessness between the offline and the online is super key. We're seeing another trend called ROPO, research online, purchase offline. So if you can make the researching online more convenient, people are also physically going to the stores to buy. But it's driving the customer ultimately to the sale. But that seamlessness of online and offline is still very key.
Do you think this works more, I guess this would work more effectively with luxury brands? Because if I'm buying a Chanel purse online, I would ideally like to speak to a human on the other side who's actually holding the bag, so I get a better understanding of the size, the quality, and almost the touch and feel to whatever extent I can from the comfort of my own home. So do you think this works better with more upscale brands?
Yes, any kind of high-value item or consultative sale, this makes a big difference. So think vintage second-hand luxury. You really want to see the item because it's unique.
Yeah.
Or think about cars. Even real estate, off-plan real estate is something that we've seen a big interest from now as well. And electronics. Again, you have a lot of questions or usually insecurity before you buy something online.
I don't know if you've seen this meme online, which is what I saw online versus what I got.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's extremely funny because a lot of the times what you see online is this stunning model wearing this really glamorous outfit, and by the time you get it in person, it looks like it could barely fit my 9 kg pup, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you think this will avoid a lot of that confusion one typically faces during online shopping?
Absolutely. Because you can see the product in real life or as close to real life as possible. Sometimes the associates try on the product so you can see how it fits, you can see the material, so that, again, the chances of return are much lower.
So Thea, the concept of merging physical with digital, the phygital experience, tell us what's something that we would never be, like, we would be shocked that people have bought fidgetally, like an item that people probably wouldn't buy online like that.
So in terms of the physical and virtual, I think, again, it's very similar. What you buy offline and online, it's the same concept. But going back to research online, purchase offline, we've actually seen a purchase of shampoo for 30,000 dirhams virtually.
Wow.
Yeah, virtually in one average basket size, yeah. That was a much larger purchase than we expected.
Shampoo,
That's
okay.
a big bottle of shampoo, isn't it?
Made out of gold.
That better be a lifetime supply of shampoo for the entire family, in my opinion, if I'm spending that kind of money. Thea, please stick around. We definitely want to chat with you a lot more. Now, we are going on a quick break. When we return, we will hear from more brands that are making life a lot easier for us here in the UAE and across the region. So please don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the show, where we're joined in the studio by someone who plays a pivotal role in making the e-commerce industry more accessible, more efficient and more customer-centric. Please, warm welcome to the Chief of Staff at Noon.com, Ali Kafil Hussain. Ali, good to see you as always.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
Did it take you 15 minutes to get here?
A bit longer, 16. I was delayed.
The reason I ask is, of course, you know, you and I have spoken about this a lot. In fact, it's the talk of the town, isn't it? The 15-minute delivery.
Yes.
So many questions around this one. Is it achievable? And if it is achievable, can we come even further down from 15?
Yes. I actually ordered my coffee and got it in 11 minutes this morning. Wow. So it very much is achievable. The way we do it, the secret to doing it is in every single community, we have a mini store.
Yeah.
So that is what people call a dark store or a mini fulfillment center that's placed in every single neighborhood. And that has thousands of products in it. So as soon as you place an order, it's processed within 2 minutes typically, and then it's on its way to you. And the trick there is that the driver doesn't travel a far distance. It's a very short distance, in fact, and that's how you get it so quickly. So we use all that data from our previous, all our other businesses to know where exactly to locate these stores.
But with all that data as well, because I'm fascinated to know about the Noon.com conference room and everyone getting around and saying, how many minutes should we set ourselves? I mean, was 15 something that you came together and went, we could do that?
Yeah, so actually many people get it in much less time, actually. So 90% is 15 minutes and under on our minutes platform. We can keep coming down. I see a future where it's 5 to 10 minute delivery, even less. Yeah, so in the very near term. Actually, in some places, we're doing 6-7 minutes deliveries now. And Tom, it's not just groceries. It's We deliver PlayStations in less than 10 minutes. We deliver iPhones, AirPods, everything you like, Lego. Yeah.
Well, I suppose if the PlayStation goes on the blink, you know, if there's not a replacement in 10 minutes, you need one, don't you? That's for sure.
Or Lego could be worse.
So I live on the outskirts of Dubai. So how does it work with like more remote areas? Will you be growing your fulfillment centres?
Yes. So as long as there's customer density there, we will have a dark store there.
Okay.
So it might not be there now, but in the near term, we will do. And in some very, very remote locations, it might not be 15 minutes, it might be 30.
Yeah.
But we can be pretty sure that in urban locations, it'll be 15 minutes or less.
And I think everybody's curious about safety. Can you talk a little bit around the safety of the drivers and how that works?
Yeah, sure. So there is a misconception around quick commerce that, you know, the drivers have to travel quickly. Quite the opposite is true, actually. So because we're very local, that means the drivers need to travel less, in fact. So they travel less than they would on a typical food order, for example. And obviously, safety is top of mind for us. So we encourage people to just go on the speed limit, no more than that, and take all the precautionary measures.
I want to ask you a little bit more about the journey, because Noon was, I think, established less than a decade ago. I think I was one of the first few influencers who collaborated with Noon. At the time, it was brand new. I think it was around 2017 or 18. I can't remember exactly. But by that time, you already had online giants such as Amazon who were already doing so well for themselves. How has the journey been from that time till now, would you say?
Well, thank you for influencing for us.
You're welcome.
So we launched about just over 5 years ago. So we're active in the UAE, Saudi Arabia and Egypt. And it's been quite a journey so far. So we started off with just an online marketplace where you could get everything from electronics to engine oil. And we've since expanded our offering. So we now have Noon Food, which delivers meals. We have Noon Minutes, which does things in 15 minutes. We recently acquired Namshi. So the ecosystem, the family is growing. So it's been a pretty exciting time. How we've actually competed with the existing players, we don't mention the A word internally at Noon, but we're the local player. So we're an Arabic-first platform as well. We're a local sellers-first platform, so we try to cater towards the individual needs, and we're a bit more flexible. So we partner with brands very, very deeply to enable their selection.
That was going to be my next question, actually, with that sort of local knowledge per se as well, and of course, you know, having set up in the region, etc., and being well known across the region, does that give you a sort of better understanding of the e-commerce landscape here and what people demand from the data that you've been able to collate?
Yeah, so we take a very hyper-local approach to our thinking and our strategy, fundamentally. So our downtown customers are very different from our JVC customers, for example, and we know what they buy, and we put them, those products, actually closer to those customers. For example, in Broth Dubai, you might have more of a South Asian selection available, and so we forward deploy that, put it closer to the customer. So yeah, our approach, our thinking is
and
very.
I suppose dynamics are very different over in Saudi Arabia than they are here as well.
Completely different. Yeah. It's a completely different market. Customers very different. So yeah, Saudi's a challenge. Egypt is also a challenge as well.
Yeah.
Sally, I hope you'll stay with us. We'll hear from you in just a minute. But today our spotlight is on the UK's leading go-to business expert on consumer insights and behaviour. Here's our interview with Kate Hardcastle, aka the Customer Whisperer at Seamless 2023.
Hi, my name is Kate Hardcastle and I work in the UK, the UAE and the USA as a consumer insight specialist. What does that mean? I'm helping the brands you know and love to be better in terms of how they provide service and products to you around the world. I've done it for over 20 years and I also broadcast on the topic on many international channels. I'm known as the Customer Whisperer. Well, what does that mean? It basically means that I am whispering in the ears of the boardrooms of the brands that we buy from to help improve what you want. And how do I know what you want? We do research of hundreds of thousands of shoppers all over the world, and particularly in regions like the UAE. So it's making sure in the next 10, 20 years, you're going to start getting the services and the retail you really, really want, and more time to enjoy doing the things you love. What I think can be improved when it comes to retail and services is making sure that good old-fashioned customer service comes back. We get more person-to-person contact, and of course we make the most of the technology available to us. Working in industry for over 20 years now, I've certainly seen some challenges, but they're not insurmountable. One of them being the way in which technology has evolved and changed. There was no real such thing as a smartphone when I started out, but now that's become part of our everyday life. What I'm really enjoying is the fact that now business really understands how important you, the customer, really is. And therefore, that's why we're now being able to create so many more documentaries, so much more information on television, and particularly helping a lot more businesses in becoming better engaged with you, the customers. And what does that get as an outcome? Just happier customers, and that makes me happy too. Dubai is one of the most vibrant regions, really energised by the hope that service can offer and great retail is all around us, but everyone can make improvements. There's still the opportunity to make a big difference in the way that we shop and are served, in everything from hospitality, food and beverage, through to entertainments and concerts. I still think Dubai can go that extra mile and add even more pizzazz into the businesses that are here. In Dubai, I am still fascinated by everything the territory holds, and I've got to say, for a geek like me, there's just something on offer every single visit. The one thing I'd really love to do is get into the Museum of the Future. I'm so excited when it's finally my turn.
Great to see Kate back here in Dubai, down there at Seamless, regular visitor to these shores. Right, time for a little bit of a spotlight. Dua, it's over to you.
Thank you, Tom. For today, I think we've got one for Ash. Those seeking an enhanced digital experience are in for a treat as Majid Al Khatib has announced the launch of the Mall of the Metaverse. Dubai's first virtual mall, the new online experience will be home to Carrefour, Vox Cinemas, That Concept Store, and many, many more. So, Ash, first customer, yeah?
I think so, but also I'm not entirely sure if I understand how this works. So take it away, guys. Who's going to explain this properly to me?
Yeah.
So the metaverse is a concept. Thank you for that. So I'm sure, as you mentioned earlier, I think your daughter is on Roblox,
yes,
correct?
All the time.
Yes. So that's one of the metaverse concepts that we see today. And we're seeing a lot of retail companies getting into the metaverse, this virtual reality or this digital twin or digital copy of the world that we live in. And I think the younger generation is truly driving this trend.
So explain this to me. How does Carrefour, Vox Cinemas and That Concept Store come into play? How do I use this from a metaverse perspective?
So think of your virtual avatar wearing clothes from That Concept Store. That could be a way that they're enhancing or merging the physical and the digital worlds. But I'm curious to see how the Carrefour will play out because there's...
So I'm basically buying clothes for my avatar and not me?
Basically, yes.
But then you could get a duplicate for yourself as well, couldn't you?
Yes. Yeah. What about you, Ali? How do you feel about this?
Yeah, look, we feel like the metaverse is, when we talk about it, it feels like a far way away. Yeah. But we're excited to see what they're doing with Carrefour. Maybe.
Does it sound a bit pointless to you?
I wouldn't say pointless. Pointless is a bit aggressive. Yeah. But I think it's... Today, I don't think we'll be shopping in the metaverse. Actually, at least I won't. Yeah. But I'm bullish on getting groceries for my avatar as well, I guess.
The potential is obvious, you know, and you don't get organisations like, well, some of the biggest organisations in the world that have sort of gone all in on metaverse at the moment without going, hang on, OK.
And making lots of money.
And making lots of money from it, etc. But I suppose, equally, it goes back to that local knowledge, and people still want things delivered to their door at the moment.
So it's more about the way I see this working in the future is immersing yourself into the experience and actually selecting something that will come to you physically as well.
I don't know, guys. I actually think Dubai is going to be a massive adopter of the metaverse. I mean, we've already got Dubai police doing training in the metaverse, you know. So I can see this becoming a metropolis for the metaverse in Dubai. Like, you've got Nike and Adidas already making millions off of the metaverse. Don't actually understand how just yet, but I do think we will be seeing a huge infiltration in the metaverse.
One thing that I think will need to change is better technology for the VR headsets. Because if VR headsets are your gateway into the metaverse, we can't all be walking around with these massive things and knocking into each other.
Right.
So movement.
Yeah, I mean, as I discussed a little bit earlier on, I started online shopping in 2009, and for the longest time, most people I knew weren't into online shopping at all. So I wonder how long it'll take for, I guess, the average person to really adopt this new mall of the metaverse thing. I'm not entirely sure how long that's going to take.
But hopefully, in a couple of years' time, we can all get back together around this table and talk about it. Either in a physical studio
Probably in the metaverse.
or join us in our metaverse studio.
Or my avatar with all the clothes I bought for it.
Okay, guys, thank you so much, Ali.
Thank
It was
you.
amazing to have you on the show today
Thanks
and
for
for
having me.
discussing our virtual meetup in a couple of years. We'll hear more from that in a minute, but after the break, we will hear from the brand that has taken camel-based products to a whole new level through e-commerce. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the show. In studio is the creator of a unique brand who used the power of e-commerce to spread her word about her products. And now her company is the largest manufacturer of milk-based skin products. We welcome Stevie Lomas, the CEO and founder of the Camel Soap Factory, to DXB Today's studio. Stevie, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's a real pleasure to be here.
We're very excited. I love skincare. So tell us a little bit about why you started the Camel milk soap.
Well, it's a long story. Started many, many years ago. I've been in the country nearly 22 years. And when I first arrived here, there was really very little available in Dubai or the UAE that people could buy that genuinely represented the region. You could buy dates, lots of them. You could buy beautiful pashminas from India. You could buy maybe a gorgeous toy camel made in China. But there was nothing authentic that I felt really represented the region. And it was actually on a holiday in Australia about 14 years ago. I went into a factory called the Olive Oil Soap Factory. And it was beautiful. You walked in and there was a glass panel. You could actually see people making the product. They sold all this gorgeous local produce and local skincare products that they'd made. And I came back with a dream for Dubai. And that is actually exactly how the Camel Soap Factory started, as a kitchen project.
So talk to us about the e-commerce element as well, because a lot of people will have known your products, so a lot of people would have had the opportunity to get their hands on your products as well. Where did e-commerce change things?
Well, COVID.
I remember it. I remember it.
Do you remember COVID?
I think I remember it, yes.
So we were merrily trundling along very happily. Our market was tourists, visitors to the region. We were selling tens of thousands of soaps a month and through a network of bricks and mortar retailers, gift shops around. And then COVID hit. And we lost 95% of our business overnight.
Wow.
And the only way that we could really start building back business that we could see as a way forward was e-commerce. So we developed our website. We started really planning our strategy from an e-commerce perspective. But it had challenges. I mean, I think one of the biggest challenges for me was that we had always thought we knew who was buying our product, but actually we had no idea. And the first 6 months, we really had to go out, research, speak to customers. And it's exactly your product, hey? You know, so speaking to customers, you've got to speak to people to understand what they want and then tailor it. So we discovered that people who are living locally who are buying the product were looking for multi-packs. They wanted to buy it without the packaging because they loved the product, but they didn't necessarily want all the packaging.
Stevie, what would you say are some of the benefits of camel milk? Why should we put it on our skin?
Right. Well, I think looking at it from a product perspective, our major selling points remains and still remains the fact that it's a really unique product that reflects traditions and heritage of the UAE. Why do people use it? Because we've discovered that the camel milk is actually really, really good for the skin. there are a lot of active ingredients out there. If you're a skincare friendly, you know that there is always some new ingredient that becomes fashionable. One of the things about camel milk, which we discovered actually quite by accident, really, is that it's an ingredient that's extremely rich in minerals, extremely rich in vitamins. It's a very dense milk. So we had a lot of clients come back to us and say, my eczema is solved, my skin is relieved. This is really helping my skin problems. And after doing quite a lot of research, discovered that actually it is the camel milk as an active ingredient that is amazing. So what we've tried to do with all our products is to make sure that we've got a regional active ingredient, not necessarily camel milk. Our shampoo bars use a product called Cider. And we try and make sure that the active ingredient, we can pack it as full as possible. So the creams, for example, have 30% camel milk in them.
And have your e-commerce or omni-channel strategies helped you reach more customers, perhaps beyond Dubai as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most exciting thing for us, is that enables us to sell our little version and picture of Dubai globally. So in the early days, most of our product was exported. Most of our product left the country and went out with visitors and tourists. What we discovered once we started exploring the e-commerce side was that, in fact, we could take our little bit of Dubai out to people, and that's been really exciting. I think the other thing, though, that we've learned is that technology, for technology's sake, doesn't always work. And we've also learned pretty much the hard way that sometimes you really need to go out to experts who understand it. It is not necessarily cheaper than bricks and mortar, and you really need to understand the digital marketing aspects. So for that, we've almost turned back to a distributor model, whereby we now use partners who really understand e-commerce, and we sell through them. Yeah.
Incredible. So, Stevie, you mentioned something earlier, and I don't want to just skim past it, because as a small to medium business based in the UAE, you face the same challenge that probably multiple business owners and our viewers watching have faced, which is, you know, COVID really disrupted their business, and you've lost 95%, you know, overnight, as you said, and you've come through the other side, thankfully. So what were some of the strategies that you used to come over the other side, but also the challenges that you faced that made...
In a completely different way.
Yeah.
You're nodding, Taya. It is completely different. So we almost had to learn a new language in terms of how we spoke about our products and how we sold our products on the internet.
I love that.
Stevie, thank you so much for coming on the show and telling us more about your products. I can't wait to swatch some of your skincare products and just really luxuriate in them. So please stick around, because now it's time for the DXB in 60 quiz with Thea. Thea, let's just hope that you've been listening, because I'm going to ask you a few questions and you need to answer as many as you can within 60 seconds. All right? Okay. And the time starts now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. What is the name of the new indoor play area Ahmed visited? Guardians of the Galaxy or Neon Galaxy?
Neon.
Neon.
Neon. Ali Khafil Hussain is the chief of staff at Noon or Amazon?
Noon.
Correct. What is Noon, a Middle Eastern homegrown online marketplace or an online trading company?
The first one.
Correct. What is Kate Hardcastle also known as, the Ghost Whisperer or the Customer Whisperer?
Customer Whisperer.
Correct. Which online marketplace is also known for handmade and vintage items, Etsy or ASOS?
Etsy.
Correct. Stevie Lomas is the founder and CEO of which company? Camel Soap Factory or Falcon Soap Factory?
Camel Soap Factory.
Correct. Which e-commerce platform is known for delivering in just 15 minutes? Amazon or Noon?
Noon.
Correct. What is the term used to describe the buying and selling of goods and services over the internet? E-commerce or virtual commerce?
E-commerce.
What is cash on delivery in the context of e-commerce, a payment method where customers pay in cash upon delivery, or a digital payment method exclusive to Dubai?
First.
Correct. Okay, and the time is up. Let's see how many. 9 correct answers.
Nailed it.
Well done, you.
Nailed it.
I was listening.
Which
Yes,
was,
that's good.
yeah, well, let's see how you're doing. Oh, there we are.
So it looks like you're at the top of our leaderboard. Well done, Thea.
Top of the leaderboard, and in prime position for the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm very competitive.
Right, a big thanks to both of our guests. Thanks so much indeed for joining us. Thanks for taking time out to join us here on DXB today. We are going on another quick break. We'll be back with the sweet sounds for your ears in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. You're watching DXB today, and joining me now is our star performer of the show. That is Noor Helou. She's Lebanese-based in Dubai. She's a singer, songwriter, dancer. You play the piano. Girl, is there anything you don't do?
I mean, yeah, well, I grew up. First, I want to thank you so much for having me today.
Welcome.
With you guys. And so I grew up in a family that loves music, and they really supported me. And I'm here today because of them. So I'm basically Lebanese, and I've been here for 2 years now. I'm trying to work on my own music, work on my original songs, and I'm just trying to do what I love, basically.
Okay, and what kind of music? I know that you make Arabic music,
Yeah.
but what kind of genre would you say it is?
I would say maybe like pop Arabic music.
Okay.
I'm trying to explore more, like to see my sound and what I like and what people like, because, you know, you're doing something for the people to enjoy as well. And I think I'm trying to do this fusion between Arabic and English. This is what I like to do the most.
Okay.
And yeah, that's basically it.
Your name is Noor Helou, which literally translates to beautiful light.
That's
Tell us where
correct.
we can find you on social media.
Well, you can find me on all streaming platforms. All of my songs are on Spotify, Angami, Apple Music, and I have a YouTube channel. And on Instagram, my handle is Noor-G Helou, and I have a TikTok account as well, where you can actually watch my videos.
Yeah, I'm not on TikTok, but I'll definitely check you out on Instagram for sure. All right, we'll give you some time to clear your throat and whatever it is that you need to do. For now, it's over to Tom, who's going to tell you all about the competition we're running.
Thank you very much indeed for that. Don't forget, you have a chance to win a one-night stay for two, including breakfast, at the Palazzo Versace Hotel right here in Dubai. Head over to the Dubai One TV Instagram page now. Find the competition post and let us know why we should pick you. Simple as that.
Well, either way, we would still love to hear from you. So you can use the hashtag DXB today to get in touch with us, to say hello or get featured on the show. So please post us on your social media platforms and don't forget to use the hashtag DXB today. What a wonderful show, guys. I loved
Learning
it.
curve as always, isn't it? Yeah. I must. It's like getting marked at school every time I do the show. I sort of think I'll get back home and must do better on e-commerce. Like, get involved a bit more.
I've already started buying clothes for my avatar as you guys were speaking. I mean, we learned so much today about the future of online shopping. I mean, I thought, Tom, you were old school, but I think I'm old school when it comes to online shopping. I think for now, I'm just going to do it by myself without any virtual advisor or AI or avatar or anybody else on the other end. It's just going to be me and my credit card like the good old days.
Yeah. Why should the avatar have all the fun?
Exactly, right? And plus, if I wanted an opinion, I'll go to the mall with a friend, okay?
Let's stick to the basics.
Exactly.
For now.
Yes.
All jokes aside, it is a huge area of growth. And I think, like we said at the top of the show today, Dubai, not just Dubai, the UAE, the region, is very well positioned to see a greater boom in all things e-commerce because of our sort of demand for convenience, that seamless service. And the fact we've just got the infrastructure. You know, you talk about e-commerce and delivery systems here compared to where I'm from in the UK, where the road infrastructure is that much more difficult. It's much more better suited here as well. So that very modern approach.
But you know what's beautiful is that Dubai actually built the infrastructure. They never really had it. Growing up here, there wasn't the same infrastructure and facilities that we have today, but they really built the infrastructure to have an e-commerce metropolis, and the rest of the region are just catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just came back from a holiday in Italy and I realized how spoiled we are here in Dubai because literally anything and everything is one click away. You can get anybody or anything delivered to you in absolutely no time. And I think we almost take it for granted how spoiled we are. So from that perspective, I think Dubai is very advanced and it's only going to get more advanced from this point on. So it'll be interesting to see the new trends in online shopping and the way we consume the internet in general.
Right, I hope you enjoyed the episode. That's all for us this Tuesday, folks. Make sure you have a great evening, whatever you're up to. Good night to one and all. We'll see you at the same time tomorrow. But there is one more thing that we need to do, and that is turn our attention to the stage and say, take it away, Noah.
When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in a reverse, lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. عم بتعلق فيك شوي شوي وعم حس بحني، ولا مرة حسيتها بعمر اللي عشته أنا، اللي إنك حاسس فيه وشايف شو بيحكوا عيني لما بتمرق حدي وبرجف قدامك. أنا عم بلش حبك، أنا لما بشوفك بتلبك، مع إنك بتضلك ساكت، قلبي عم يسمعك. أنا عم حبك هلأ، أنا بعيونك عم بتعلق، بالأيام اللي جاي حدي عم بقشعر. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
Whee!